Hi honeys, it's Michelle. In this video, I'm collaborating with Terviiix. They asked me to try out their professional 3/10 inch thin curling iron. And I'm excited to try it. They wanted someone who is not a professional hair stylist to try it just so that you can see how easy it is for everyone to use. When they mentioned that they wanted me to try this curling iron, they said it's for an 80s kind of curl. And I thought, oh my gosh, I live in Las Vegas where anything goes. And when I'm finally able to start going out on dates again, in a year or two, I am going to totally do an 80s look, at least one night. I could just see it now, just going out and having so much fun with my husband, just dancing the night away. And so I'm really excited about trying this product. I thought how fun this would be. So I put on an 80s top. I just straightened my hair because I'm going to use the curling iron, obviously. And I did my makeup 80s style. I'm so excited. I'm hoping it'll be totally rad. So stick around. Let's see what we think. And I found some 80s questions that I thought would be really fun to answer right now. I was alive in the 80s. I was a child though. I was born in the late 70s. I thought it'd be fun though to answer these questions while I curl my hair, to just kind of give you something to listen to while you're watching this whole experience. I've never used one of these curling irons before. I've only used the traditional kind. Sorry, this 80s lipstick. It's a hair magnet. Do you guys remember that in the 80s? It was like, so here's what the curling iron looks like. And I have plugged it in and it's already preheated, which I just plugged it in right before I hit record. What you do is you hit this power button here and you see it displays what temperature. And I want to show you inside the box. Oh, it must be the other end from where I opened it before. There's some instructions. You want to read those. And it tells you right here what temperature to use depending on what kind of hair you have. Now I have thin hair, like as far as the individual strands are really thin. I have a lot of hair on my head, but my hair is actually fine or thin. It says for thin and soft hair to do between 285 and 320 degrees. So I decided to just go with 300. And I'm going to put my hair up and do the bottom half of my hair first and then the top half. Oh, and also, it does come with a glove. So what you want to do is put it on the hand that you're not holding the iron with so that you don't burn your fingers. Okay. And it fits my hands, which I'm a plus size girl, so I have larger chubby fingers, and it fits my hand fine. So it should fit anybody's hand. Okay. Let's just do it. Let's just see what happens. Okay. Number one, who was your celebrity crush during your teens? Okay, during my teens or during my teens or during the 80s? I put the glove on the wrong hand. Whoa, that is curly. Okay, you put it on the right hand here. Because part of the deal, I think you're supposed to touch the ends of the hair while you do it. Okay. So in high school, in my teen, in the 80s, my big crush was probably when I was a little girl, it was Michael Jackson. And then, oh, you know what? I think I should be doing it this way. When I was a little girl, I would say it was Michael Jackson. Then as I hit about age 10, it was Rob Lowe. Then, as I became a teenager, well, I liked New Kids on the Block. Oh, that's probably too much hair. As I became a teenager, it was New Kids on the Block. Especially, I liked Joey. Those curls. This is going to be fun, you guys. And then as I became more of a teen, I would say it would be, I really liked Mark Wahlberg, and I liked Wesley Snipes. Those were my crushes when I was in high school. Okay, who sung better? Lionel Richie, Frankie Valli, Michael Bolton, or Luther Vandross? Don't come after me, but Lionel Richie. I know they're all good singers in different ways, but Lionel Richie can just melt my heart in ways that other singers can't. Like, he just hits me in this spot that makes me want to cry, you know? Did you go roller skating in actual roller skates? I did. Although I fell down a lot. Like, I wasn't a good roller skater by any means. All right, so some people do one side of their head and then the other so they don't have to switch gloves. But I'm just going to switch gloves. Did you have big hair? No. I was a little girl, so I didn't have big hair. I had, in the 90s, I had big bangs. But I don't think that's what we're talking about here, is it? Do you know who Long Duck Dong is? Yes. In the movie 16 Candles, Long Duck Dong is, I think this is going to be a really pretty, like, beachy wave. Well, kind of like an 80s too, like a Taylor Dane kind of curl. Long Duck Dong was in the movie 16 Candles. He was an exchange student who was very wild, who came to America and just loved partying. And he had this, he always said, "Oh, sexy girlfriend." 16 Candles was a wonderful movie, by the way. Who are the two Corys? The two Corys are Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. And if you're curious, oh, that's another crush I had. Corey Haim was a huge crush for me growing up. All the way through, like as a little girl and in high school. So he might have been my big crush. He had such nice blue eyes. I don't know if I like them. I can't feel my hair, so it's kind of hard to do this accurately with the, I know for safety, no, but I trust myself. Did you ever try New Coke or Crystal Pepsi? I did. In fact, you can ask my mom. I was addicted to Crystal Pepsi in high school. I used to keep it in my room, just at room temperature. She'd buy me these big 2 liters of it, and I would just drink it. And I loved it. It was wonderful. So it shows you the temperature on here. I just wanted to mention that because I looked down and it said 320. I was like, I don't want my hair to get burned. What was your favorite 80s TV show? Well, now it's Golden Girls. But when I was younger, in the 80s, what did I watch? Family Ties, Growing Pains, that kind of stuff. Have you ever read Choose Your Own Adventure books? Yes, I really liked them when I was younger. What 80s movie do you most recommend that people see? Like for children, I would say Goonies or E.T. or Back to the Future. For adults, I would say anything with Rob Lowe. Or maybe even anything Rat Pack related. What kind of music did you listen to? Okay, in the 80s, in the early 80s, I liked Madonna and Michael Jackson and the Jets. In the later 80s, I was really into Guns N' Roses, Poison, all the rock stuff I was really into in the later 80s. And of course, New Kids on the Block. That was my first real concert. My stepmom took me and my stepbrother Sean for my 13th birthday. Okay. How did you dress? In the 80s? Well, I was a little girl, so I guess I dressed kind of preppy, kind of nerdy. I could throw a couple of pictures in here. Did you ever say psych? Yes, a lot. It was like so far out to say psych and tubular and rad. Awesome. Awesome was probably my favorite one, but it's awesome. It's totally awesome. Okay. Favorite Prince song? I think it's really rude to ask me that. How do I pick a favorite Prince song? It's like asking a parent to pick their favorite child or something. Like, you're not really supposed to do that. Like, I love Prince. Okay, from the 80s, because, Prince was around later, too. Oh, gosh. Bat Dance was classic. Purple Rain, obviously. Kiss, I mean, okay. Little Red Corvette. 1999. How can you pick one? I can't. I'm not going to do it. Don't ask me. That's not nice. Maybe if I didn't like him so much, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But I feel like it's kind of rude to ask me that. Favorite Michael Jackson song? They just had to do it, didn't they? That's a hard one too. I really like Billie Jean. I really like Thriller. I really like Black or White. How do you pick? I mean, I don't know. Favorite 90s TV show? I really liked My So-Called Life. That was my show. was so mad. It was on, I don't know if you guys remember this. It was on MTV, and it was on one season. We were never told why it was on one season. It was Claire Danes and Jared Leto. And it was so good. Like, that was my life at the time. And I even had that red hair, but I don't understand why it was taken off the air, why they've never done anything else with it. What else did I like in the 90s? I'm trying to think. 90210 was another one that I really liked in the 90s. Friends. Yeah, that's about it that I can think of anyway. There's probably like 20 more I'll think of later and wonder why I didn't mention them. Have you ever worn an earring with a key or a feather on it? Yes, I did. I wore hoop earrings with keys on them once, and it was so heavy I never did it again. It was too much. Who is Alf? Oh, gosh, I used to love that show. Alf, he's like the cutest alien in the world. I don't know how to describe him, but I remember they had this Alf doll that would talk, and I wanted one really bad. My mom was like, not for that price. It was like really expensive, I think. Who was in Jim Henson's Labyrinth? Hint, he was a famous musician. Okay, because I was going to say, well, there was a couple of people in that, but that was obviously David Bowie, guys. Come on now. I didn't know if they meant Jennifer Connelly, because she's pretty popular too now, so. Oh, another 80s movie that everybody should see, because it's like totally boss, is Valley Girl. Why did I not mention that one? Or Better Off Dead. Oh, that's another good one. Who was Roger Rabbit's wife? That was Jessica Rabbit. The beautiful, stunning Jessica Rabbit. And that is all for the 80s questions. And I don't know why there was 90s questions in there, but I thought, well, that's all right. I'll answer those too. No big deal. We're almost done. You know who else was really good looking in the 80s? I think, like looking back, Bruce Willis. That was another good movie, Die Hard. Die Hard's like, it's not Christmas till John McClane is in Die Hard. I'm trying to think of that scene. You know what I mean, when he's in like the air duct or air conditioner duct. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, that's another good movie. And one I just watched last night? Yeah, I watched Gremlins last night. That was good. Jumpin' Jack Flash, I love that movie. The Color Purple. Tootsie's fun. Okay, so you just push it down a little bit longer, it says off, and then it turns off. That was super easy to use, and I feel like it was really quick too. So I'm just gonna kind of turn around so you can see the whole effect. If I wanted to leave it like this, but I don't. I want to look like, well, I want an 80s look, so I'm going to separate the curls a little bit with my fingers. And then I'm gonna rat it. curls to fall out. It's still a little warm over here. Oh my gosh, is it like Jennifer Grey and Dirty Dancing or what? Is this fun? I think it's fun. This would be fun to go on a date. I used to get perms and everything in the 80s and 90s. Loved curls. Oh my gosh. Look at this hair. This is so fun. All right. This lipstick, you guys, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. Here we go. Nice 80s curls for date night. Let me know what you think. I absolutely love this, and I think I will use it pretty regularly because it's fun and it's easy to use. I love these curls. I just feel wild and sexy and free and fun. And I feel pretty too, which nothing wrong with that, right? I love this. How cute. I can't wait to show my husband. And Terviiix did tell me that they were going to give me a code for 50% off for all of you. So down in the description box, I will have a link that will give you a 50% off discount. I did want to let you know a few things about the Terviiix Thin Curling Iron. It's argan oil and keratin remedy. It's ionic technology, and it's got a temperature that goes up to 450 degrees. And the lowest temperature on it is 250. So I just wanted to let you know that. If you have any questions about the curling iron or how to use it or anything, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. I love you. Bye.